Hello boys and girls, and welcome to my preview and predicted lineup for Arsenal's trip to Sheffield United. FA Cup quarter-final, a place at Wembley is at stake. And I know it's not going to be the same because Wembley is going to be empty. 90,000 empty seats. How weird is that going to be? But it's a big opportunity. A big opportunity of possibly another trophy. And given the season that we've had, my word, what an achievement that would be. Now, when you look at some of the teams that are still left in there, still got to play, we've got a long way to go, that's for sure, before we can even think about winning it. And first and foremost, we need to get past Sheffield United. Now, if this game would have been before lockdown, I'd have probably said it would have been a really difficult game. Sheffield United, of course, were having a great season. Playing at Bramall Lane, home support behind them, and it would have been tough. But since lockdown, I think we've got more of an opportunity. The fact that the game's going to be played behind closed doors, so they don't have the support, and since the restart, they've not had a great time. People think that we've had it bad, but at least we got a victory last time out. Sheffield United, they drew their first game, and then they lost their last two. And they lost them very convincingly, 3-0 with both of them. Newcastle, you look at that and you can say, well, they had a red card, so maybe that had an effect on the game. But last time out against Manchester United, they were well and truly beaten. They were battered, to be quite honest with you. There were moments when they looked dangerous and looked a little bit back to their old self. But overall, they weren't that good. And you're looking at it and you're thinking, yeah, it's a big opportunity. Now, what will Sheffield United do? Of course, they are safe. They're not fighting relegation. But they've got a European place at stake. So do they look at it and say, we've got to go for, you know, that and maybe make some changes for the FA Cup game? Or do they say, nah, it's a big chance of getting to Wembley and a big chance of possibly getting to an FA Cup final. So we're going to go for it. And we're going to play our strongest side. And it's going to be very interesting. Same with Arsenal as well. I do think that we're going to make changes. I do think that there's going to be some of the players that maybe played against Southampton. But I think overall there's going to be a lot of changes. I think that, you know, we have to. Because, you know, that Southampton game was only on Thursday. And the fact that we've got Norwich next, finally, at the Emirates, a home game, because this is our fourth in a row away from home. So, yeah, it's one of those. It's going to be an interesting game. And hopefully Mikel Arteta can put, you know, a strong lineup out, as strong as can be. We're, you know, missing a lot of players through injury, which doesn't help. But I think overall we should have a very strong squad. And we should be able to, you know, manage this game, and hopefully we can get the victory, we can get a trip to Wembley, and we can get to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. Now, first of all, the formation. I actually think that we're going to go with a 4-3-3. I think it's pretty evident that's what Mikel Arteta likes. So yeah, we're going to go with that based on the players we have, and you know, the selection might surprise a few, but this is what I'm going to go with. Starting off in goal, Emi Martinez, and this is a game he would have played anyway. I know Matt Macy is the deputy goalkeeper now, but I wouldn't be throwing him into a game like this. Martinez is going to be playing pretty much the remainder of the season. So it's another chance for him to get 90 minutes under his belt and to, you know, get himself ready for the Premier League games that lie ahead. So no doubt with this one whatsoever. And that's Emi Martinez in goal. Into the back four, first of all, on the right-hand side, I'm going to start Cedric. And yeah, you heard that right. Cedric, the guy that none of us have seen yet. Now, before this game, I heard that he was probably not going to be ready until after and was going to be available for selection against Norwich. But now I'm hearing that he's actually in the squad and he could be available for this game. And if that's true, start him. He's fit. The reason why he hasn't been playing recently is not because of an injury, you know, to his legs or anything like that. It's a facial injury. So he's going to be absolutely fine, and he must be raring to go. he's had to wait so long to get his opportunity, because when he arrived in January, of course, he was injured. And I would play him. Hector Bellerin, take him out of the side. Absolutely no chance does he start in any way, shape or form. So for me, Cedric goes there. Now, in the centre of defence, this is where there may be a few eyebrows raised. First of all, I'm going to bring back David Luiz. And I can't actually believe I'm saying it. But his suspension is complete. He's done his 2 games. I feel that Rob Holding, 2 games in succession. It's a chance for him to have a little breather now, because he is, you know, easing himself back in. And also Mustafi as well. You've got to remember that he's played every game since we've restarted. So it's an opportunity for him to have a break as well. And yeah, I would bring David Luiz back. At the end of the day, he's going to be here for the next year. There's nothing we can do about that. If he can perform like he did before lockdown under Mikel Arteta, then I've got no problem. But when he performs like he did against Man City, that's when the questions get raised. But for this game, I'm going to bring him back, and that's David Luiz. Now, alongside him, I'm going to bring in Sokratis. And again, he's back from injury, was on the bench against Southampton, and it's an opportunity for him to get some minutes under his belt and start to, you know, try and stake a claim in that starting 11. So pretty straightforward decision. Now, in the left-back position, I'm going to go with Kolasinac. Kieran Tierney, of course, came off against Southampton with cramp. And he's slowly getting himself back to full fitness and everything. And I'd be saving him for the game against Norwich. And Kolasinac, he was on the bench against Southampton. So pretty straightforward one for me. And I will have Kolasinac there. Now, we're going to move into the midfield 3. First of all, centrally, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. Of course, he has missed, you know, a game in there. Didn't really play more than 5 minutes, I think it was, against Man City. So the Southampton game's really the only game that he's played. So he should be absolutely fine to play this. Lucas Torreira is quite there. He's nearly there and ready to come back into contention. But after this game, I think Lucas Torreira is going to be available. So for now, Granit Xhaka will go in there, and we'll need another big performance. He had a good game against Southampton, and I'd like to see the same again. Next to him, I'm going to go with Joe Willock. First of all, I think that he will get an opportunity. He done really well when he came on against Southampton, scored a goal, and he's got to be an engine. He's got to give a lot of energy. And he's got to be creative. That's the main thing. So no problem with this one. And that's what I'm going to go with. Now, the other midfielder in that 3, I'm going to bring back Guendouzi. Left out against Southampton. It's pretty obvious why. Disciplinary reasons. But I'm hearing as well from the club that they don't want him to leave. And that they have held clear the air talks. And it's a chance for him to knuckle down. And to really get on with, you know, his career at Arsenal and stop all this petulant rubbish. I don't mind him having an attitude on the pitch and having that feistiness about him. But you've got to be respectful to the manager, and you've got to be, you know, understanding of what club you play for. And there's a time and a place for joking about. And, you know, it just doesn't seem that he's got that balance right. And he's a talented boy. And, yeah, if he's got another opportunity, he needs to grab that with both hands. And it should be that kind of game where he wants to show the boss what he can actually do. So that's what I would go with. And I think that midfield 3 would actually be quite strong. Xhaka in there to just kind of protect. And a lot of energy with Guendouzi and Joe Willock, you know, that can help protect as well and get up and down. So that's what I will go with. Now, with the attacking 3, first of all, on the right-hand side, I'm going to stick with Nicola Pepe. I actually think that he will play. When you think the Man City game, he wasn't involved. He came off after, what was it, 60 odd minutes against Southampton. He hasn't had a lot of game time when you think about it. So I think that he could well start this game. And injuries mean that we can't be as flexible as we might normally be. So yeah, I'd actually go with Nicola Pepe on that right hand side. On the left of that 3, I'm going to go with Rhys Nelson. And I know we would normally prefer that right-hand side, but needs must. And I would actually play him out on that left-hand side. Normally, this is the kind of game, you know, if he hasn't been playing for Martinelli, but he's out for the rest of the season. And we haven't got that many options. I won't be playing Saka because he's been heavily involved in the first 3 games. And I think it's time that he had a little bit of a breather and get him ready for the Norwich game on Wednesday. So I'd give Rhys Nelson a chance on that left-hand side. So up front as the main striker, straight down the middle, I'm going to go with Alexandre Lacazette, not Eddie Nketiah and not Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Aubameyang has played in all of the games, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to give him a bit of a break and get him ready for the Norwich game. And Lacazette, he's falling down the pecking order. Eddie Nketiah seems to be ahead of him, and he's got to do something about it. He's the senior player, full international. I know he's not, you know, being selected at the moment for France, but he's got the experience of a full international. And he needs to start putting the ball in the back of the net. It's as simple as that, and it's a big opportunity for him. So that's what I would go with. So there we go. That is it for my preview. That is it for my predicted lineup. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about that 1 to 11. What do you think? Do you think that is strong enough to beat Sheffield United? What about the formation 4-3-3? I think it's pretty evident now that's what Mikel Arteta's going with. And it's very evident that we do rotate in and out of, you know, having the ball and not having the ball. There was moments in the game against Southampton where, you know, when we were defending, we actually went to 5 at the back. And I feel with the personnel that we've got in there, they've got the energy and the legs to do that. I would, you know, make sure that the bench is fully loaded with some of the big names like Aubameyang, Saka on the bench as well, just in case things are not going right. No Mesut Ozil either. I just don't see how Mesut Ozil fits into this system. If Mikel Arteta is playing a 4-3-3, Mesut Ozil's a number 10. There's no room for a number 10 in a 4-3-3 system. Can he play out on the left-hand side? No. Can he play on the right? No. We've seen him used in those areas before under other managers, and it's not worked. So for me, he doesn't get in the starting 11 if that's the formation that Mikel Arteta is going to, you know, start with. So there we go. As I said, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. I will be on AFTV, of course, tomorrow for the watch along. And then on Monday morning, you can expect DT's Daily to return, where I will go over the matches from the weekend. And then, of course, the player ratings. And hopefully, I'm smiling, and hopefully, we're looking forward to a FA Cup semi-final. But we will wait and see. So I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.